With only days left in 2015, it's now an acceptable time to round up all the best smartphones that came out of this year. This year has been crazy full of new smartphone launches and huge stakes as the mobile market is one of the most volatile markets to bet in. However, these 5 devices and 2 honorable mentions made their bets and took home some success. At number 5 is the LG G4, one of the earlier entries but still one of the best Android devices of the year. It kept the same design principle as before, however now it's slightly curved and has higher quality materials than the G3 that came before it. The beautiful 5.5-inch Quad HD display is still there, and the removable battery is still here as well, though its primary limitations lay in the software experience not being quite up to snuff with the rest of the competition. Number 4 is the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge. These pair were the first big step in a new design language for Samsung. This year we saw the death of the removable battery and the plastic construction and a move to an all metal and glass build. The S6 and S6 Edge both got the Quad HD Super AMOLED display treatment, and for the Edge, a further refinement of the idea from the Note Edge by adding a second curve on the left side, making for one of the most stunning looking devices of the year. However, the major faults with these two were the batteries being a little bit smaller than before and not being able to be swapped out, though fast charging and wireless charging were all added to the S6 and S6 Edge to make life a little bit easier. Number 3 is the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. While the S generations never bring innovation externally, this S upgrade is perhaps the biggest one we've seen in quite a while. The iPhone's got an overall power boost, a new 12 megapixel 4K camera, iOS 9, and maybe most importantly, 3D Touch, an evolution of Apple's Force Touch technology found on the Apple MacBooks and the Apple Watch. Other than the hardware changes, the iPhone also comes in a new color called Rose Gold, or in other words, Apple Pink. Number 2 is the Samsung Galaxy Note 5 and S6 Edge Plus. After catching a breath after saying these two names, these two are the serious powerhouses from Samsung. The Galaxy Note 5 adopted the same design philosophy as the Galaxy S6, though it now stores an S Pen with a clicking mechanism, which may get stuck if you put it in backwards. Though the real story behind the Note 5 is the beautiful Quad HD Super AMOLED display and its ultra powerful octa-core processors and 4GB of RAM. The experience of a Note 5 doesn't differ much on the S6 Edge Plus, basically a larger version of the S6 Edge that we saw earlier in the year, with the same horsepower as the Note 5 minus the S Pen. The software has been improved as well, and battery life is fantastic, and those displays are absolutely stunning. For sure, these two devices are one of the best series of 2015. And now for number 1, the Huawei-made Google Nexus 6P. Funny enough, this is the least expensive device in this list, and it's the one that has little experience in the US market. The Huawei Nexus 6P is the classic example of how to build a damn good phone. Starting out with the 5.7-inch Quad HD AMOLED display to its octa-core Snapdragon 810 processor and its pure Android 6.0 marshmallow. The Nexus 6P is the smoothest Android device I've used to date. Its astounding fingerprint sensor on the rear is lightning fast, and probably its biggest plus side is the battery. While it's still not removable, it's huge and lasts well over a complete day of usage. It's like the iPhone 6s Plus of the Android world, and it happens to be our favorite device of the year. Now, I also do have some honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list but are still very good devices. The first is the Blackberry Prive. This was the biggest bet that was placed in the mobile market this year, and while it's not hugely successful due to its humongous price tag, it's definitely one interesting device. Featuring a 5.4-inch Quad HD display, a Snapdragon 808 processor, and Android 5.1 Lollipop, take all of that and made it to the classic BlackBerry build, and you guessed it, a full physical QWERTY keyboard on a slide mechanism. The second is the LG V10. It boasts a 5.7-inch Quad HD LCD panel and a second AMOLED panel for its dual display, a Snapdragon 808 processor, 4GB of RAM, and Android 5.1 5.1 Lollipop. It may not be the prettiest device on the planet, but it's definitely one great phone. So that's the best smartphones of 2015. A pretty crazy year for sure, but I'm sure next year will prove to be even more insane. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit the thumbs up button below, and as always, my name is Marco Hanna, and I'll catch you in my next video.